Hi guys, Colleen from Walking the Resonant Path here. I just wanted to do a book review of a book I've just finished called A Christmas Celebration by Heidi Swain. So I'll first read the blurb and then I'll tell you what I thought of it. This Christmas it's time to celebrate. When Paige turns up unannounced at Winthorpe Hall, she discovers the place she knew when she was growing up has changed beyond all recognition. One night, while delivering library books and shopping to residents, she stumbles across an isolated cottage and meets Albert, its elderly and rather grumpy owner. She quickly realises there's more to Albert than meets the eye, and the same can be said for the other man she can't seem to help running into, handsome but brooding Brody. Each of them has a secret and a desire to hide away from the world, but with Christmas on the horizon, is that really the best way to celebrate the season? Now, the problem I had with this book is that I found it very slow and plotting. Other people may not, but I did. It's basically a Hallmark movie in a book, and I really love Hallmark movies if you know me, and I don't even mind reading sort of cozy Hallmarky type books. But I'm not a big fan of just pure romance because I don't think they have enough to drive you often. There are some really good romances, when they're written well, they have enough to drive you. I didn't really enjoy the romance in this novel much. It was just okay. It was written okay. I also didn't like the way that the male character was introduced. He was introduced as somebody very grumpy, yet the Paige girl in it, the Paige character in it, who's the main character, she seemed to fall in love with him straight away, even though he was very rude to her and grumpy at the beginning. Now, I don't mind if you're a bit grumpy at the beginning, but then you show your nicer side and the girl falls in love with you when she sees your nicer side. But Paige hadn't seen his nicer side. She'd only seen him grumpy. And the thing is, she kept calling him brooding. Now, brooding is different to grumpy. Brooding means you are deep in pensive thought about something you're worried or concerned about. And sometimes that will come out as being short or something like that. But she kept using brooding when he was rude and grumpy. And then when she said about brooding, she said how she found brooding men attractive. Well, he wasn't brooding, he was rude and grumpy, and I think that sets a bad precedence for women. There are already a lot of women who choose men who are not good for them, and I think that sets a bad precedent as that. And I'm not saying in the end Brody wasn't good for her. Later on you learned he was nice and a nice person. But that's not the point. It just sets a bad precedent saying, oh, you should fall in love with just the looks and, somebody who's grumpy and you haven't seen their nicer side. If they're grumpy and then you see their nicer side and then fall in love, that's different. But if you're just going to fall in love with them when they're rude and grumpy to you, I don't really enjoy that. You might, but I don't particularly enjoy it. And the other thing about this book, if you know me, I am not an easily distracted reader. I love to read and I will start reading and hours will go by and I'll look up and I go, geez, has it been that long? But with this book, I read a little bit and I easily got distracted and I wanted to do other things and I was easily pulled away from it, which means I was getting bored as I was reading it. Now, I don't mind a slow book. I like some books that you can linger in, but I have to have something to linger for, beautiful descriptions or gorgeous words. I mean, this had nice enough descriptions and nice, lovely descriptions of Christmas because she's a very good writer about Christmas. But it didn't have enough lovely and beautiful description of words to draw me in so much that I wanted to linger and stay. And the characters weren't so fascinating that I wanted to linger and stay. And the romance wasn't fascinating to me. Now, having said that, it is a cozy little read if you like cozy little reads. If you don't mind that sort of romance where you fall in love with somebody grumpy and then get to know them later and decide they are the lovely person that you assume they were even when they were rude to you, that's fine. Then you might like it, and there are Christmas things in there, but I did think she is a very Christmassy writer. She's written 15 other books. I've never read any. This is the first book I read by Heidi Swain, but I know a good majority of them are about Christmas. So I thought there would be a lot more Christmas description in there and Christmas activities, but there wasn't. But the things I actually did like was that it was cozy, was that she was trying to create a Hallmark type atmosphere. I did enjoy that. I also enjoyed one of the characters called Molly because she was like a sort of pagan witch sort of person. She had crystals. She believed in the power of crystals. She believed in the power of potions. She believed in the pagan rituals. So they did some pagan rituals in there, which I enjoyed the story that they told of the Holly and the Oak King when the boys in it did a stage play of the Holly and the Oak King, and I enjoyed when Molly did the solstice rituals and stuff. So those are things I really enjoyed, and Molly was my favourite character in the book. What else did I enjoy? As I said, I enjoyed the Christmas descriptions, and I really enjoyed her interaction with the. That was written really well. The interaction and the relationship she had with the grumpy old man that she found in the cottage, whose name was Albert. So that was a lovely relationship, and the way that was written was a lovely relationship. So they're the things I liked. And as you heard, the other things I didn't like was that it was slow moving, that I got easily distracted, and that, I wasn't compelled to keep reading that much. But I did finish it, and I thought it was okay, and other people may like it. So I'm going to give it a 3 cauldrons, 3 out of 5 cauldrons. Okay, well, I just wanted to do a book review of Heidi Swain's A Christmas Celebration. Well, I hope you have a glorious day and do whatever resonates within your soul. Bye now.